H-A-W-T, that's H-A-W-T.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
All the way hot. Now, y'all let us know if you can hear us, because we got the fans on because it's hot. Okay? We got the fans on. It's hot up and here.
Sure.
So we needed these fans. We needed some fans. Anyway, y'all said, welcome to another rendition of Real Talk with Gene and Jessica. And today's topic, we're going to piggyback on something we talked about a couple of episodes ago. I think it was like 2 or 3. And it's sad when you have to repeat yourself. But we will do it.
Why not? Somebody missed it.
Somebody missed it.
Somebody missed it.
Somebody did. So, we're going to talk about disrespect in a relationship. We talked about that before, but we want to go deeper. Hey, Casey, how you doing? Welcome to Real Talk. It's good to see you again. Yeah. And we're talking about disrespect in a relationship. We're not necessarily talking about disrespect from the partner, but we're talking about the outside sources. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask you the same question.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the question is, if someone sends your significant other a friend request, but not you, would you accept? That's the first question.
No.
Keep them answers in mind. Now, we're going to go to the inbox. If someone of the opposite sex inboxes your man, your woman, he's a man, and another female inboxes your man a lot. But the inboxes are not harmful. They're not harmful. They're not explicit or nothing. But it's just the fact that they inbox you. But they're not your friend.
Right.
They're not the female's friend, but they're his friend. But we talking about inboxes like 10, 11, 12, 1, and he's asleep. Is that, do you consider that disrespect? A lot of people say it's just Facebook.
It's just Facebook.
Still disrespect. Well, they ain't doing nothing real. It don't matter.
It's a ploy. I think it's a ploy for something down the road. You know, it shouldn't be. You know, especially in my case, I've asked everybody. You know, if you're not friends with my partner, don't inbox me. Even though we're friends. I mean, it could be simple. You know, if you don't have enough respect for her, when you inboxing me to acknowledge her or share with her or be her friend as well, I don't find that cool. You know, I don't inbox women unless they're family members or my partner. You know, I don't inbox females for nothing, not information. If so-and-so died, I don't inbox them because if they have partners, it can go left real quick. So I'd rather give people that space and that respect, not to inbox them, which I may feel is not inappropriate, but their partner might. You know, that woman could be in an abusive relationship we don't know nothing about, and me inboxing could get her beat up. So I think about something like that.
And see, we need to think about things like that because I was looking at a video of post. I shared it to you, I think. And they said, is it cheating if you're entertaining somebody else in an inbox form? They send you funny reels and you stay laughing and hot kiki and y'all send each other reels, but you're not in a relationship with them. But you're in a relationship, but not with them. But y'all going back and forth sending reels, laughing, I had that funny look, I'm sending you this, I'm sending you that. But that's the same energy that you should present to your partner. The same energy you giving somebody else, there's nothing wrong in their relationship.
Right.
You're not arguing, you're not fussing, you're not nothing. They're being pleasant, peaceful, everything. But you steady exchanging energy. You got the wrong partner.
Yeah, he did.
You got the wrong partner. So is that considered cheating?
It's a form of cheating. It might not be major, but that can go from strictly platonic to emotional. All it takes is for one ordeal in your relationship for that to escalate.
And here they go, inboxing. And all I say is, let them give you problems. Lord Jesus. Inbox, steady inbox. You know what? You don't never spend no time with me. You know, I don't hear that. And then you know the man, you put something on Facebook and said, all I want is peace. That's all they need to see. Inbox. Hey, how you doing? You doing okay? I saw your post. I just want to know that everything is okay. You need to talk. Communication. That's in a relationship. That's part of a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So communication is the key to keeping a healthy relationship. But communication is also, it could also be a danger zone. Because you're not communicating with your partner, but you're communicating with somebody else. So all you need to do is give the enemy, just give him a little crack. He's gonna come in. And I was looking at something. It's like 4 or 5 stages, the engagement stage before the marriage. It's different stages that we go. And I think each stage, from the first stage to the third, it was true. I got to find it. Anyway, I'll post it on the Real Talk with Gene and Jessica page. But it was very, very interesting. Because the first phase, you know, we got that phase. And then you got the second phase, you get to know each other. Now we get the phase like, ooh, I love you, but I don't like you. Right? And then the next phase is the testing phase. Right? We're in the testing phase. The phase where our relationship is being tested. And it has been tested. And the very thing we said this on the previous podcast, the very thing we said that you shouldn't do and that we don't allow is still going on. So, as adults, we should know better. Especially if you're in a relationship with somebody. I don't care if your relationship ain't working out. You should never invade anybody else's relationship. Ever. How do you invade? My thing is, I can't even speak on me, but a female has a man and he's not showing her no attention. It's something about the spiritual realm. It's power. It's something about the spiritual realm. But whatever you say with your mouth, you project it into the atmosphere. And those words will go somewhere. And then it hits somebody's spirit. Why do you think that whenever people in a relationship, when they get mad at each other and they break up with somebody, all of a sudden they put somebody else in their face? Why? Because it's spiritual. It got called out of the spirit. And then the wrong person called it. That's why you gotta be careful with this inbox, especially this little chain thing. People send this to 10 people, so send this to a brother. Okay, it could be a female, and they call you brother, or if that's your brother, like if that's your brother, your natural brother, that's fine. But if y'all grew up together, it been nothing else and whatever. That's my little sister, that's my little brother, and I'm such stuff, and we know that. But sometimes these things can cause issues, especially if your mate is not comfortable. Now, if your mate is not comfortable with something, and you do it anyway, are you respecting it?
No, that's disrespect. It's like this, like I said, I can only speak for me. When something bothers you, it bothers me. that's what people who are trying to be in tune with one another and stay in tune with one another. If I got an issue, even though you can't solve it, if it's not a concern of yours, then what are you doing? Your issue is my issue. You know what I mean? And if I have no concern with your issues, what am I doing? You know? Yeah. You know, we need to figure out a game plan and fix it. You know?
We really got to fix it because a relationship involves two people, not one. It's hard to be in a relationship like this, and you got somebody with you. That's one of my hardest things. You put on the load by yourself, but a relationship is a partnership, and in a partnership, you're supposed to work together. Why do you think it says together? It took the W out, together. Me and you work together. So, what people consider cheating, people always want to limit it to sexual contact. We talked about lust. We talked about lust. Those funny reels that they send you.
That's the seed.
That's the seed
That's
that's
the
been
seed.
planted.
Yeah.
That's the seed that's been planted. But they ain't showing me no pictures. They ain't per se talking to me. No. But every time they send the reel, what pops up? Their profile picture.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if they want to, their profile picture always pops up. Like she's like this. She like this. Every time she send you a funny reel, that's all you see is this. All you see is this. All you see is that. Breast. Breast.
It be the beginning of, you know, it's you know, the devil is a very cunning creation of God. He's a very, I mean, he'll take your weakness down to your innocence and blindside you with something that you would think is totally innocent, but it'd be detrimental to somebody else. You gotta be careful. You know, you gotta be careful. That's why, just like before starting this podcast, we pray.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta keep the devil away. Her father has a song. It's called "Don't Let the Devil Ride." If he does, what's gonna happen? He wanna drive.
When you let him drive, he'll lead you wrong.
That's it.
My daddy said.
Her daddy said.
My daddy said, you can be on the road driving, and you might see a hitchhiker. Be careful how you stop, because he just might be the devil.
That's right.
And if you let him drive, he'll want to drive.
That's right.
And if you let him drive, he'll lead you wrong. That's what my daddy said.
You know what? That is so prophetic. Even though it didn't come from the heavens in the form of the Bible, but it's prophetic. Because how many people have hitchhiked and end up killing the driver? How many people went somewhere just to have a good time, meet this person that they think is, oh, just such a beautiful person? I'm not talking about physically, I'm just talking about their spirit for the moment. Because the devil, you got to remember, he's cunning. He tricks you. But then you get together and you wish you never did. And there's some men that I know are still in those situations. They can't get away. You know, because it's something that has a hold of them. It's a vice. So, you know, when it comes to this internet, I'm very cautious we're dealing with the opposite sex. I used to DJ on Facebook before they started muting all the music. A lot of people that's on my Facebook comes from DJing. 90% of them I don't know. I don't have no interaction with them.
Those are the 90 that will be deleted.
Yeah, because we've been doing it. We've been doing it. It's just, you get 200, you be like, man, this is too much. But it's being done. Because if we don't have any interaction, I don't find the need or understand for us to be friends on the internet.
And I get it. You have a lot of followers. You got a Facebook page. But I don't want to go through my list. I don't want to go through this. You can have messages 52 weeks old right before we met. And it said, and it could be, hey baby, how you doing? That was a whole nother era, but it's still on there. And it's like, oh, but how can I go through all this? The thing about it is, you can just start a new page. It's easier to start a new page, but I have a lot of my family on my page. But matter of fact, all my family on my page.
Yeah, most of mine on mine too.
So what I do, I keep that page, clean up as you go.
Right.
But now, we're talking about getting messages. We're talking about entertaining recent events. That's what we're talking about.
That's right.
Like, remember when Michael Hill died, somebody said you should know. Remember I told you. I saw that, that person, they lied that you were going to. We talked about this, everything that I'm telling them, we talked about, so ain't nothing new. And you were like, well, maybe what's that? I said, no, she did. Because I saw the next previous one. Why? Okay, women. Let me ask you this first. And men, I'm going to ask you this. Do you think it's, how can I say this? If I allow you to go through my phone, is it that you don't trust me?
Early in the relationship, that could be an issue. But again, like I said, this dynamic with you, there's a lot of firsts. I never had a reason to hide anything, ever. And I ain't never had nobody to really do that to me too often. But I've experienced it. My thing is, if you want to know something, ask me. That's number one. Because what's in my phone is not for you. It's not for you. You may feel totally different about something than I would, because I know where I stand. But again, going back a few statements ago, if it's a concern of yours, it means something to me.
It should.
Because I don't want you to feel like, I'm hiding things or, why you can't. We laid all this on the table when we started the groundwork with each other. She got my password, I got hers. My phone ring, shoot, 80% of the time I don't even answer. She answered. I don't care. I really don't. Because I have nothing to hide. And most of the people that call that I know that she may not know personally, I've explained to her who these people are and what they are to my family. It's not so much me. We'll have a whole conversation and I'll put it on speaker. Why? Because I have nothing to hide. I'm securing my partner's heart. That's the way I'm looking at it. I don't know how other guys will look at it, but I'm going to make sure my lady knows it's okay. You know what I mean? There's a lady in particular, who I won't name, lives in Greensboro. We worked together for almost 4 years. Her husband passed away recently. But we always been just cool. And she'll call me out of the blue. In the beginning, it wasn't that she had an issue with it. She just wanted to know who she was. Told her. Now, I'm not going to say they're friends, but they communicate. she trusts her because she knows she's not trying to come after me.
Well, first of all, she handled it in a respectful way. Now, this is what you've seen us post pictures. Y'all seen us post pictures. Y'all seen us talk about my fiance. My fiance. We get married. Now, this is what really toxic. Your lady friend. Not recent. I'm talking about in the beginning. I'm not talking about the recent. Because we talked to this nigga like we didn't talk about it. But I'm talking about like in the beginning. If somebody said, "Oh, your friend," you know, we're not friends. We're best friends, and that. But like, no, this is my fiance. And they said, "Oh, my bad," and then you turn around and say, "Your lady friend." Okay, I have to say this is my fiance, or whatever, or what your man friend. My man friend. This is my fiance. He's a man. You don't get that twisted. He is a man. But he's my fiance. Pretty soon, my husband. And we have talks like this, and you know, and a lot of times, we don't know what we're going to talk about. So we can say, well, won't you read an outline of what you're talking about? No, because rehearse what you're saying or do this and do that. No, because I want everything that we talk about to be raw.
Straight from you.
I love raw material. I like it straight out the gun. I don't care if we just sat down here and had a full-blown we gonna talk about this now. But guess what? We done worked it out. Before we press play, before we press the start, before the lights, camera, action, we've been and worked that thing out, and guess what? We're gonna talk about it. So why? Because this is real talk. So real talk, a lot of times now, it's good to do your research, and now I get it. It's good because if you're gonna talk about something, know what you're talking about. Always get the sources right. Always make sure you have the right source. So everything that we talk about, it comes straight from the source. It comes straight from the ground. So, yeah, we were talking about that disrespect in relationship inbox all the time. Yeah. Ding! Ding!
And you know what? She tell me this happens every single night. You know, she tells me this happens every single night to the point that I know it's aggravating her. So what am I supposed to do? I'm not one to put my phone on do not disturb or anything like that because you never know when you're having an emergency. You never know. You know, and if one of my kids call, or if I'm out of town and somebody call me and say something happened to my dad, I need to be able to receive that call.
Now, with the exception I would say that we're not calling her name. This is very respectful. Yeah. Very respectful. Very respectful.
Yeah, she is.
Very respectful.
She doesn't. What we had is come and gone. We have children. We have grandchildren. But she will not disrespect my relationship.
And I can respect a woman like that. Let me rephrase that. Not woman, but I can respect a lady like that. Because that's showing lady behavior. That's showing the lady side of her. Now this is where the lady comes in. The lady says, okay, I have a situation, but one thing, now this was told to me before. We got children together. I ain't talking about you. But I was in the previous and they said we got children together. Me and her got a bond. We got a bond. Don't come in between that. I'm supposed to be with you. Why would you tell me?
Right.
Why would you tell me not to come in between what you and her got? Y'all got kids together. Okay, I get it. But why you telling me not to come in between them?
There's unwritten laws that we all say. You know what I mean? We all, there's some things that do not have to be said. It's like you see the relationship with my kids' moms. Both of them.
Yeah.
You know who I deal with, you know who I don't deal with. not to come between the dynamic because you understand already what the dynamic is. If it ain't about family, children or grandchildren, we are totally on do not disturb. And I don't entertain any questions toward that particular person unless it's about my kids.
And you know what, and that's the thing, because I've experienced disrespect on all kind of levels. Disrespect on all kind of levels. Where, why would you reminisce? You with somebody, we're in a relationship, and I'm reminiscing about somebody else and the times that we had. Yeah, there was some good times. Good time. You make like you want to do it again.
Right.
So what am I here for?
Right.
Other than to be humiliated and looked upon as a fool. Because basically that's what I am if I'm still dealing with you. I'm a fool. Stupid. I'm per se not stupid. I'm very smart, but the decisions that I'm making are not stupid.
We've all been there. There ain't reason enough to tell because we've all been there.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't come to grips with what they've done or how they allowed the situation to change them,
Manipulate them.
cause them to be their person, cause them to not want to trust nobody, cause them not to want to love nobody, cause them to just want to be by themselves, not even have friends, not even socialize, because they allowed that situation or whatever it was to damage their spirit, damage their soul, penetrate the soul, vex the spirit. So what do we do? What do we do about that? Before you get into a relationship, make sure, are you, first of all, ask yourself, are you really ready for a relationship? First and foremost.
You have to have a full detox.
Are you fully ready, or you just want somebody to, to occupy your time with? Because if you're not ready for a relationship, say that. If you just want casual sex, say that. At least give the person a chance to choose whether they want to or not.
That's what I experienced with you a lot. Don't take away my options. Because if I'm going one way and you're not going with me, and I don't see that. Because sometimes we get blinded by what it is that we want. If I don't see that, I need you to be clear. So this is not all messed up. This is not all messed up. I don't have a reason to be bitter. I don't have a reason to be angry. I don't have a reason to feel a certain kind of way about anything because you gave me an option.
Right.
But if you take the option away and I go in confusion and then you move a little different than I'm messed up.
And some people, they'll show you who they are in the beginning.
In the beginning.
And then you choose to continue in there. And then whenever the grits hit the fan and everything will go right, and you're a heartbroken, and they say, well, I told you how I was in the beginning. I done showed you that I was a dog. I done showed you that I was a player. I already done told you I was going to cheat on you. I already done told you that I was going to manipulate you. I already done told you I was going to hurt you in so many ways. I didn't tell you with words, but I showed you with my actions. And you still chose to be with me, thinking you can change me. No, you can't change me, baby. And the thing about it, people go into relationships thinking they can change that person.
You can't do that. That person has to be willing to make physical sacrifices for it to work. And that's just what it is. We speak on denying oneself.
Yeah.
I was with a woman who I had no intention of being with, and we ended up being together 6 years because she showed me, okay, what she was bringing to the table as far as my, my mental well-being and my physical well-being, she was serious. We was friends for a long time. And we're acquaintances today. We don't mean to each other. If she see me, I say, hey, how you doing, bro? We leave it there. We don't have nothing bad to say to anybody else about the other. But this particular person was at me for 3 years before we got together. They was very consistent. I didn't want to mess the friendship up.
Junior! Hi!
What's up, Junior?
Man, long time no see, bro. Love you.
And boom, we got together. And that happens. It's called growing pains. You're gonna go through some things and make some decisions that you're gonna regret. You're gonna regret it. I regret it to the point where the friendship ain't where it used to be. Again, like I said, we have no hardship for each other. We don't dislike each other as humans. But it's not the same.
Well, let me ask you a question. Is it simply were y'all mindsets on the same? Were you on the same plane?
I think more or less I was trying to stay the friend.
Okay.
But she was consistently after me.
Number one.
She was consistently after me.
Number one, the woman was persistent. Let's take it back to what it originally is. The man is the hunter. We talked about it. The man is the predator. The man sees his prey, which is the woman. And we ain't talking about it, but it can be a good or bad thing. You see what you want. Junior, you saw Ray. I'm pretty sure she saw you too. Y'all had to see each other with your eyes in order to know you existed. So you saw her, you like, it's a beautiful woman. Or however you say, I don't know what you say. You probably say, hey, mommy, you look good, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the whole thing is, but it's something inside of her that you saw. But first, we look at visual. Men are very visual. A man knows whether he want to have a last time with you or whether he just want to link up. He knows. He knows. Anytime a woman just with a guy, he's like, he's just gonna, see how it goes. That means he's not looking for a relationship. Or if he wanna be like, just go with the flow. Oh, he ain't ready for no relationship. He just wanna go with whatever it is that's in him. But you wanna take that, see, I did that, that's what I did. I did that. I can honestly say I did that to somebody. And they can say, why people want to put a title on it? Why can't we just be friends? You know what I'm saying? Why you gotta be a boyfriend? Why you gotta be a man? So you don't want to be in that category. You don't want to be that. You want me to be your friend, your FWB, that's what you want. A friend with benefits. That's not. But when you see a man just like you, I wasn't persistent with you. You were persistent with me. It's not that I didn't want to talk to you, but you were so cool, man. It was cool. You ever had those Facebook friends that are so damn cool, you don't want to mess that up. But nothing. You were so cool. You were chill. I like that. But it's not that I ran out of options. I just was tired. I was tired. And my thing was like, okay, I don't know why, but it's in my spirit. I said, let me try this. Let me ask you, are you still sleeping? And you said very much so. And I would start out real slow as friends. Because that's how we were 13, 14 years ago. We were good friends. Nothing. No sexual exchanges or nothing. No body pics. No, dick, whatever, dick pics, nothing like that. Because he was married in a relationship. I don't know what I was now or something. But anyway, I asked him. He said I'm very much single. Okay, now the door's open because he's been trying to get at me for the past long. It's been a minute. So now the door's open. So he took that. He ran with it. He know what he wants. But you just gotta. A man still knows what he wants. I don't care if you was with this person 50, let's say 15 years. You was with this person 15 years. And they done did you dirty, and they done broke your heart, they done took everything, they took the cat, they took the dog, they took your house, they took the car, they left you broke, you ain't got no money, you ain't got nothing, you ain't got a pot to pitch in the window door out of it. So then here comes somebody, come along. My God. Somebody come along. Show you the very thing that you've been looking for in that past 15-year relationship. They show you something in that one moment that nobody has ever showed you. Yeah, that's going to change you. Yeah, you're going to wake up. Your spirit man is going to wake up. You're going to be like, this is what I've been wanting. And all of a sudden, 9 days later, will you marry me?
I knew from the first conversation, you know, because as she stated, we've always been cool. And I never seen her. I never seen her, you know, physically, until about 6 months before we got together. And she said she wasn't at her best. You know, I didn't expect any better. I didn't. But when we decided we're going to see where this is going to go, the first conversation, day one, we jumped in the car, we took a ride, we went to see the bishop. I knew right then. I knew right then. I didn't want to, you know, mess nothing up in my haste. You know, because you don't know, believe it or not, even though you have a tune, as we all do, but you don't understand the power that you have with it. So I was very strategic in what I would say to her. You know, once I saw her and was able to probe her mind a little and find out what it was she was looking for and what she was expecting, you know, the do's and the don'ts, the likes and the dislikes. I was like, man, this is my twin. That's the part of me that was missing. So I told her, I didn't ask, I told her, you're gonna be my wife. And then I said, and she gave me this real perplexed look. And she said, there's so much you need to know about me. So I'm all ears. I heard some heartbreaking things. I heard some things where I understand why she might have been ashamed. My thing was, how do I project that, what she already knows, into a positive? I just told her, you gotta forgive. You gotta forgive that person. You're not that person. Totally different from that person. And it went from somebody that was really closed in and chained up to somebody that's broken free. It's beautiful to see because it hasn't stopped. You know, she's understood with me that if nothing else, even through his faults, that dude consistent. He said this, and he doing just that. He's not trying to do any more, any less. He's not trying to do nothing to hurt me. He's trying to protect me and reassure me. For me, that's simple. You know, for me, that's simple because I had those things done to me. And I don't want her or anybody else to have to suffer through those type of emotional things. She hasn't told me, per se, directly that somebody inboxing me makes her feel a certain kind of way. I watch your mannerisms. You know, if she has the question, I know that bothers. If it's a consistency of who's that, it bothers me. So I make sure I go down in there in that heart and I do this. I bring that heart up because if you don't, especially when it's been projected in your presence, down the road, it's compounded down the road. You know, what was small is quadruple because you had the opportunity to nip it in the bud and you didn't. And she may not have shown that it was a big deal. Say it was good, baby. You know, you have to nip that stuff in the bud early because if you don't, it becomes an issue later on. It really does. So, little things that dudes do, like inboxing chicks, liking, specific pictures, and making. The comment doesn't have to be obscene, but
beautiful.
Yeah,
good.
Things that you should project to your partner, you project it to another female.
Tell your woman she good. Tell your woman she good. All you gotta tell another woman, and then for her to say thank you. Nigga, you can let this woman in your face every day. You telling another woman you gorgeous, and all she gonna give you is a thank you. But you got a woman right here. You tell her she gorgeous. She give you more. Don't forget one than
I get one thank you. Let me see that bag. Almost on the snack on the bag. Because
hey, he said Bonnie and Clyde.
For sure. We watch it. It's your second life. It's all right, go ahead and finish it off. I get it. Yeah, bro. I got you. She eat my stuff. She eat my goodies. But I guess it's all right. I eat hers. But, guys want so much from women, but they're not willing to give it. Why? I mean, I want to get broke off. I'm going to put that work in there so I get broke off. You know what I mean? That's what it is. And see, for me to get broke off, it's not her breaking me off. It's the other work I have to put in. Relaxing the mind, making her heart flutter, making her anatomy moist. Things like that to make her to break me off. Saying certain things, touching certain places. We gotta work. We got to work. So I waste my time going out with somebody else who has like that.
And all you can get from them is a picture.
The dream. You get the fantasy. I mean, it's gotten so bad now. You got women sending you videos playing with yourself, getting it from somebody else, but I want it. You know? You gotta know what you're doing in this game called relationship. You gotta know. Because it can be detrimental to your objective partner. We know guys, your current partner, because they want the side piece, you know. You gotta move accordingly for it to sustain. You do.
Look, you got in a relationship. If it's something I didn't know, that you know, you teach me. And if it's something that you didn't know, that I know, I teach you. We don't teach each other to get better for somebody else. What kind of BS is that?
I done told you, I'm off the market. I'm off the market. And so is she. Y'all can get it. Take another route, make a detour. Because I poured too much into her for me to allow you to have it. And she do the same with me. So, you call it what you want, whipped, in love, yeah, just waterlogged. You call it what you want.
You gonna call them control? Oh, she just manipulating you, man. Now, think about manipulating. Back in the day, well, let's talk about the mixing board. Now, this is for people that know anything about sound, music, engineering, studio, whatever. We have the equalization. Okay. On your mixing board, you have your low, you have your mid, you have your high. And these are these round buttons. What does that do? And you got the equalizer. Back then they had the equalizer, they had it all together. The equalizer stabilizes the sound so that it can, the frequency of the sound, so that it can be in sync, or that it can sound a certain way. It depends on how big the venue is. If it's a small venue, then you won't have to beef it up so much. But if it's a big venue, not only do you have to beef it up, but you got to make sure the bass is not too low and the highs is not. You don't want to hear that, or you don't want to hear enough buck bass but can't hear the word. So that's how a relationship is. Sometimes you got to tweak.
Not tweak.
I like that.
Tweak.
Sometimes you got to tweak it. You got to manipulate it. And manipulation is not always a bad thing. And sometimes you got to fine tune it. And ain't nothing wrong with fine tuning anything.
It's not.
Especially if you want.
Well, I'm fine tuning my product to the point that they gained almost 50 pounds. Woo! And I'm gonna tell you, just if, for the sake of saying, if you thought she was fine then, and you ain't seen her, woo! She told y'all a couple of weeks ago, I'm molding her. I'm a potter. I'm molding her.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm loving the results. That is the truth.
I'm loving it too because I'm carrying it.
Yeah, you carry it. I'm telling you, this woman here, woo, she's so curvy. Because she's so curvy. This girl got these big old pretty legs. She curved to death. She has a strong, visible physique. And when I think about that, it's mine? Woo! Woo! She tough. Got them pretty feet. Y'all know what it's doing. I can't keep my hands off her.
Everything. Somebody took the break.
Somebody took the break.
Same with him. Do I want you for what you can do for me?
No.
By how you treat me, how you reassure me, how you console me, how I trust you, the loyalty is everything. Communication is, on point. Understanding, comprehension, he's throwing out so much than just physical wants and needs. I feel like I ain't doing enough.
You are. Because peace is a broad scope. See, peace don't just mean I can go over there, lay on the bed, relax because we're not having strife. For me, peace is something internal. It's not physical. You know, when somebody's praying for your soul, and even if they're not doing it for the moment, you know it's coming.
Johnny, bro.
JL, what's good, man? Transvent in the building. You know, when we were little, he was our Ralph Transvent. He looked just like our Ralph right there. You know, you got to have that. That piece is a wise circumference. You know, we speak about how we have differences from time to time, but for the sake of peace, and for the sake of the relationship, it's not us just repairing what the issue was. It's the way we repair the issue.
Right.
She's the daughter of Reverend Jesse Barnes. I'm the son of Gene Allen Henry Sr. She's not my mother, and I'm not her father. The way they may handle situations with either of us being our parents is the way, whether we or not. But see, she's not going to raise her voice at me, and I'm not putting up with it. That's a big form of disrespect.
And he ain't gonna raise his voice at me, cause I wouldn't be here.
Okay.
I don't deal with that. I said, why the hell am I get out of that and get back into it? It's like jumping from the back to the frying pan.
Mm-hmm. So, first of all, I'm trying to keep her happy.
Right.
It's always a truth. Okay, that's your opinion. If I take that opinion and lie on that, then I get complacent.
But let me to this home, okay? I like to this home. We gotta get right. He treats me very, very well. He's very respectful. I'm not saying I'm talking about how he was growing up. Because we all have experiences. Well, we knew better. Well, we didn't, we learned. We learned as we grow. So, when I been with somebody, like he didn't do that to me. Maybe he didn't understand, maybe he didn't know. Maybe he knew, he just wasn't told enough to keep it going. But along with growth comes maturity. And maturity, time. Time and space. So, we learn as we grow.
And to me, I know what she did. I know what she told me. her story is rough. And I made the conscious decision, especially when we have disagreements. I know where you come from, baby. I'm not trying to take you there. I'm trying to take you as far away from here as I possibly can. Because we don't have to agree. We don't. There's times we straighten our thing out. We still didn't agree. We just know mistreating each other is not the answer. That's not the answer. We're going to do what's right for each other because we want to be with each other. You know, a lot of people say, well, you know, that's my man, or that's my girl, you know, and I want to be with them. You know, appreciate that, Jay. You know, but the proof is in the work. The proof is in the work. I don't care, you know, what she do that might get under my skin. I don't care. When I decide to speak on it, baby, we need to talk.
But now, let's clear this up. Whenever he say he don't care, women, let me talk to the ladies out there. Can I talk to the women? Please don't deliberately do something to make your man mad that you know is going to make him mad. That's called instigate. That's called egging him on. Why would you do something to your man and you know that's going to make him mad? Be wise. Be wise. Everything I do, I make mistakes normally. But everything I do, I try not to do things to get under his skin. It might, okay, this might seem small, but it's big to me. This man loves the Knicks. He's a diehard Knicks fan. Last night, I was praying in my spirit. I said, Lord, please let the Knicks win, God. Because if the Knicks win, either way it goes, my night going to be okay. But I know if the Knicks win, God, I'm going to have a great night. Lord, and it looked like they weren't going to win. They sucked last night.
We stunk. We stunk in a bad.
Oh my God. I was like, oh Lord. I said, I know shit that look better than that. I was like, God. But at the last minute, it's like a miracle came out of nowhere.
Down 22, come back and win.
Oh. And
wow.
then when I saw that, I was like, yes. I'm having a good night. We still ended up having a good night. Even though it didn't end up the way I wanted to. It is. So when things don't go the way you want, don't get upset about it. But guess what? He was happy. I was happy. We went to sleep happy. But the thing about it is, women, I can't speak for the men, but I will say this on their behalf. Don't do things to take him to the edge. Don't do things to push him over the edge. If you know something is bothering him, instead of badgering him, or instead of him, like, nitpicking, instead of doing that, you gotta be that calm. You gotta be that peaceful. When a man says, I just want to be at peace, he can find peace by himself. He don't need you to be his peace. Okay? So when you hear a man say, I need you to be my peace, now this is my thing right. A real man don't need you. Period. Can I say that again? A real man does not need you. He wants you. This is where the need comes in. After you feed him, and you feed him, and you pour into him, and you let him know that you are that woman, you let him know that you are that girl, then he becomes to the point where I need you. Yes, this is what I need. First it's a want, then it turns to a need.
That's right.
Why? Because once he get to know you, I want you. You're beautiful. I want you. But if you cause me raising hell, I don't need that though. I want you, but I don't need that. You never need you to be in the truth. So women, on behalf from woman to woman. We have a man. Hear him out. Hear him out. If something bothers him, let him vent to you. Because if you don't let him vent to you, he's got to vent somewhere.
And trust me, we'll find that place. Because when we about to explode, this gotta come out. So if we can't talk to you, we're gonna talk to somebody. And I'm not saying necessarily, the opposite sex or whatever, but it's gonna come out. But my thing is, if I got the issue with you, I'm gonna talk to you.
You should be able to.
You know what I mean? And if I can't, then what the hell we got going on here?
That's what I'm saying. So therefore, I don't give the enemy no room for that. Because I know I've been there. I've been down that road. I've been down that road in relationships where I have been selfish. Can I tell myself? I have been selfish because I felt what you did to me, you hurt my feelings. And it's all about how I feel. It's all about my feelings. No, you hurt my feelings. You hurt my feelings. You hurt my feelings. I was being selfish. And I can't say that honestly that I felt, now that I know what I know, I have been selfish. Because I didn't want to hear what they had to say. Because they might have done something that was wrong. But because I helped that in, I was still as wrong as they were. Because I did not allow them to say nothing to me. I said, I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. You hurt me, I don't care. Nothing you can't say to change my mind. You hurt me, and that's it.
And people take the smallest things and run with it. They take the smallest things and run with it to make an excuse not to communicate with each other. And you can't do that.
No.
Because you will take a pebble and turn it into a molehill just like that. You got to be able to go to your partner and have a deep conversation no matter what. Because anything worth having is worth fighting for. Believe that. Believe that. What?
And then, what's up, cuz? How you doing?
How you doing, Annette? How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm gonna get back up with Chico. We're gonna need some more t-shirts, man.
For sure. For sure.
But the thing about, we sitting out here snacking.
Oh yeah, we gonna snack tonight. Y'all have to overlook us. Y'all can go ahead and get y'all a slice of pizza, peanut butter jelly sandwich, whatever you want. But tonight, we definitely snack.
And like I said, women, listen to your man. I don't care how tired you are. If your man has concern, if you coming in from somewhere, or your man feel a certain way, and be like, I ain't got time right now. Or you be like, how much baby can you tell about this lady? No, listen to your man. Listen to your man. And I understand that life be life. You got children, you got grandchildren, you got a job, you got this going on. You might have a business, you might have whatever your current events happening. But make time for each other. And sometimes it's like this. If the man is saying, baby, we need to talk. Listen to your man. And men, listen to your man.
That's right.
Listen.
It works.
How you doing?
Let me say, how you doing?
Both of my cousins.
Sometimes you have to, you have to bend, man. You gotta bend. It can't be one-sided. It's been many days where I'm sitting at my laptop or I'm watching a movie and it's just too quiet. And I turn around and I look, and Jessica has this look on her face like, she's getting ready to have a moment. And I'm thinking maybe a past trauma may be bothering her. Come to find out it's about something I may have said, or the way I may have said it, which may be totally normal to me, but it bothered her. So we talked, and she let me know, and my mind is all over the place. That bothers you, you know, but you see, especially when you're learning somebody, you don't know what they've been through. You know what they tell you, but how you sustain through that to get where you are now, they don't know. They don't know the hurt you had to go through. They don't know the tears you had to cry. You know, they don't know the heartache that you had to suffer. So,
tell me about that follow.
who?
That follow. I showed you that follow.
Yeah, was it 2 days ago? 2 or 3 days ago, we was sitting watching a movie, and she said, "Oh, Gene, no. Gene." I'm like, "Yeah, I do." You know, that's my first thought. She grabs her phone. There's a follower that chose to follow her due to a picture she posted of she and I. And she said, "This is who I was telling you about." The guy changed his name. This the one that, you know, did some things to me.
And did it shock me?
It shocked me.
I went back into that moment for a second. I went back to trauma moment. I went back into it. I was like, you gotta look at my face, I was like this. Panic mode.
Yeah, I seen it. And I quickly told her, "That'll never happen to you again. You got my word. It'll never happen to you again. You can breathe. You can continue to have your faith. But make sure you trust. Because it ain't nobody running up on you to cause you any physical harm. That's how. I wish one of these little young bucks would think they can just overtake me because they see these grades. They're not working like that. I'm no bear. I'm not a thug. I'm not a gangster. I'm none of that. But these right here, I still know how to handle them. They're pretty good. They're pretty sharp right today. Nobody can put a hand on you. I don't put mine on you unless we okay? But ain't nobody can put their damn hands on you. You ain't got to worry about that.
Yeah.
Because you've been through that already. You've been through that already. That's not the kind of life I'm trying to give you. So, if you out there lurking right now, we get lurkers. We get lurkers. They just got to see, got to know. And when you come in out. Come in. You know what I mean? But just know, just as dangerous as it is outside, it can be equally dangerous in the house. Because you talking about touching liquid, we gonna have a problem. It's a serious one. And it's not gonna be no discussion. It's not gonna be drug out. We're gonna get right to it. Because my woman has been through that. She's not going through it no more. Never. Not as long as I'm ready. She's not going through that. Nothing I do.
And see, our relationship is built on all the foundation. The foundation is strong.
G-O-D. The G-O-D. That's our foundation. He protects us from all harm anyway. But sometimes, you know, we said earlier, that devil, he's slick, he's cunning. We try to slip in. Just know we ain't happy.
The Bible says, except God build the house, laborers in the land. If God don't put that foundation is not built solid with God in it, prayer, trusting in God, believing in God, and trying to, you know, do what's right by God. Everything that you do is from.
You don't prove me.
That happened to me many times.
You know, it takes years as well as understanding to understand that. You're going to take a whole lot of lumps upside the head before you get it. Some of y'all out there know me personally. I know how I was back in the day. We used to go get it. But I realized something had to change. Something had to change. Because people going to be people. It's not always people's fault. Sometimes it's your fault.
We don't want to hear that though.
Right. We don't want to face it. We don't want to take accountability for what we do.
I was saying, just own it.
Yeah. You know, I found out with rapid fire. Dude, you got to change that. If you can't change that, you're going to have some problems.
Right. It has to, at any given time, me and him can make a simple mistake. Notice I said mistake, not a pattern. A mistake is something that you unknowingly did.
Once. That's a mistake. You did it once. And it was wrong. That's a mistake.
Like one time I made a mistake. I didn't know. I poked him. I did like that. Ooh, he got sharp. He didn't cuss me out now. But he said, stop. I'm like, I felt like a little child that got whooped.
You know, it's not that I'm extremely ticklish or anything like that, but people used to poke me in my ribs all the time. I'm not fond of that feeling at all. You know, I'm not. You might get away with one. When you get the two, my whole persona changes. But I didn't want to say it to her in the sense like she couldn't touch me or that she committed this crime.
That was early in that relationship.
I just tried to explain to her that, yo, that's something I really don't like.
Have I done it again?
Yeah. You know? And it's not like I'm going to jump her on her or anything like that, because I'm never going to cause her any physical harm, ever. But she got to know my likes and dislikes. Period. You got to know, just like with her, you know, we have a discussion. Well, at least I be trying to have one. And she's listening to her music. I love music dearly. She's different with music because she's a creator of music as well. She's just a little bit different than I am. And something can cross my mind that I want to share with her. And though she has never once scowled at me or threw it in my face, that's all you wanted, or anything like that, I know when it agitates her because she don't listen to music the way we do. She don't listen to music the way we do. And especially when she's working on her music, look, that's when Mama Bear comes out. That's when Lumber Bear comes out, and I understand it, and I respect it because it's something that I have been blessed to do. Yes, I play drums, but when you playing keys in particular, you already have to split your minds to be able to play that. And then you go and get a third element to interfere with it. I totally respect the space when it comes to music.
And I hear music differently than the average musician. Just like how Michael Jackson was creative process. People always say, something wrong with it. No, my creative process is different. Kind of like, that's why people, like Mozart and others, we always do things this, crazy.
Yeah, you think that?
Because we hear music different. We don't hear it regular.
You know, and it's like I have virtual DJ on my laptop as well as her. And she took a few chords from a track, put them on another track. And I've heard her listen to that one track 3-4 hours. And that's not putting a damper on you, love, because I know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like she just said, she listens to music different. She listens to music different, and it sounds really good, actually. Different pitch, different key, all that good stuff. But when you're not in tune with music, the way she's in tune with music, but you say music is your life, you're really not a musician. It's just like we're listening to jazz now. Them drum licks, I listen to that different than say you would even though you play drums. Right. Because that's what I play. So listening to it. Hey, how you doing, Shell? Let me tell you right quick, Shell, before we go on, that awesome is awesome. Oh, that's a big difference. Appreciate it. I got you covered. I'm about halfway through. It might take another day or two, but between battling with that heat and doing the actual work, I'm just spacing it out. It's okay. I hope it's okay. But the job will get done because it's got to be done. You know, and I appreciate you for that opportunity. And we're going to make it happen. So I'm saying by Friday, that should be done. But back to what we were saying about the music, you know, all musicians who are really punching in on their craft and consistently working on it and creating it, they don't hear music the same. They don't. A guitar player and a pianist may hear the same because the keys are kind of identical. But a bass player and a drummer, they don't hear the same.
The bass
is the groove. And the drummer is the heartbeat. So,
she said what I'm eating. Animal crackers.
your animal crackers, your little snacks.
I was kind of.
I hope you heard what I said about the job. You know, by Friday I'm gonna knock it out. I'm just trying to space it out a little bit. But you know, we was talking about, you know, people of the opposite sex inboxing other people.
Right.
You know, which is something that I don't do in particular. I know she don't do. My thing is, if you got a significant other or a husband, and you and I are friends because of your husband, I don't have no reason to inbox her. I don't.
This is what I know. And I gotta say it while she's online. Girl called you. He was like, yo, what's up, man? What's going on? This and that. Only. She don't want to talk to you. I like how that was done.
Right.
I like how that was done.
I know he does. He always did. He always did.
Man, I love how that was done. It was like,
It's respect. And he guarded his woman's, you know, the conversation he had, guarded his woman's interest.
Did you see that hug now? My cousin Pete. You know that's my cousin. That's my blood cousin. We got the same granddad. I hugged him. And that's who him. You see how he was trying to hug me? What I do?
Turn to the side.
I turned to the side.
It's a way to do that.
Yeah, you know other men gonna get deep.
Right.
Hey.
Right.
And you see how he want to do all that, and I was like, something about it.
Right.
You know?
Cut. So repeat that. Repeat that.
Oh, look, listen. When he called, you be like, what's up? What's going on, Tweety? What's up, Tweety? Hold on. My wife wants to talk to you. Another one said, my wife wants to talk to you. He didn't say, shut up. He said, my wife. See, that's another thing. You know what you got? I be glad. Ooh, I be glad. I be, ooh, this some of the 12. Yeah, I can wait, but I can't wait.
I can't wait.
So I can't wait because I love my husband, yes, my husband. Y'all gonna get so sick of me. Y'all gonna get so sick of me saying my husband, not my fiance, not my man, but my husband. Y'all gonna get so sick of me. I wanna love it. And the thing about it is, that man, just like we were there, if he is in conversations with multiple men, and I'm around him, he be like, baby, sit right by me. What I do? I walk away. I'll raise like that. I'll walk away. But first of all, ain't no woman got no business in a bunch of men's face. Woo. Ain't no woman got no business in a bunch of men's face. If your man is having a conversation with another man, unless you in the car, y'all riding just like we was doing earlier, you ain't got no business in no man's face anyway. What does that show? You just, that shows me respecting you. I respect you as a man. I ain't worried about what y'all talking about, because y'all men. Y'all don't talk about what men talk about. Whatever. But knowing the type friends that you got, I ain't worried about none of that.
Yeah, I don't hang with clowns. I don't do that. You know what I mean? If I even think they're going to talk subversive around me, I'm not there.
I'm going to tell you what I love. That took out we went to, and I ain't going to say nothing else. That took out that we went to, how y'all fellas gel together, and us females, we gel together. Wasn't nobody trying to answer it. You know, occasionally, you know, we had to kiss our men, you know, whatever, but we didn't stay over there. It wasn't like, why did I get married with them Terry involved? And no. And even the one that was single, I love people that show respect to other people's relationship. I gotta say that here. I love people that show respect to other people's relationships. I love that. I love that. I do. But the man was on one end and the women was on the other end. And then when it came time for the couples to get together, sat beside this next person that we were with. I didn't sit beside Charlie, and he didn't sit beside Sally. I sat beside him, and he sat beside his woman. And then we had a chance to talk. We had a chance to minister to each other. Couples, that's what's ministry. This right here is our ministry. Now, you know whenever the pastor at the church that you pray for say, I see y'all, and I love what y'all doing. Y'all got a ministry together. That's not the first time we heard that.
It's not.
Our sister Michelle told us. We have a ministry together. That's why the enemy hits us the way he does.
We've been stopped in the street. You know, we've been, how you doing, Adrian? I didn't even see you, girl. You know, but we've been stopped in the street by total strangers that peeked in on the podcast and said, hey man, y'all doing a good thing. I'm me being honest, I'm not a camera person. I explained that to Jessica when we first started this thing. And it's gotten to the point where I have faith in what we're trying to do with this thing, because some people are being helped. I've always been told that I was good for counseling and things like that. You know, but the thing is, I don't know it all. I'm not going to tell anybody I know it all. I'm not telling you that I'm better than anybody. But when you go through hardships, as I have, when you go through hardships, it's really easy to learn how to handle things the next time around. Or when you hear somebody else going through it, you know what to say to them. My thing is this, like, what's our motto, baby? Don't take our advice. What works for us is for us. And I say that because I don't think no woman is like mine. And she don't think there's any men like me. If you're in a good place with your partner, you're thinking the same way. So things that I say, again, which I make clear, what works for us is for us. Please don't take my advice here. Don't. Now, if you can implement it in a way where your partner can gel with you, God bless. We did our job. But I don't want nobody taking every word that we say and think it's supposed to work for them, because it don't. We have, our issues are different than yours. They are. The way we handle our issues is different than yours. We generally want to be together. A lot of people want to be together for a reason. We want to be together to be together. You know, I mean, this is my best friend. Why would I not want to be with her?
I don't never get tired of being around him.
You know what I mean? She get on my nerves, I get on hers.
I still love being around.
But I like being around.
Sometimes we get on each other's nerves in a good way.
Yeah, we do. We do that too.
Oh my God.
And the thing is, how we fix our issues. That's the thing. I don't care what I do to upset her. She don't yell at me. Whatever she does to upset me, I don't yell at her. Again, what works for us is for us. You know what I mean? So we know how couples, I've been in a few, will argue until they can't breathe. So their heart is beating so hard, they're about to pass out. See, those are days I don't want. Especially in my season life. I don't want that.
I like season cry. I like season cry.
You know, so we trying to do this thing in a way that is pleasing to God and pleasing to one another, and we can do that. And we're not saying the road is easy, because it's not, but it doesn't have to be abysmal either.
No.
You know, we can fix this thing to the point where we good all the time. And somebody can hear us, you know, disagreeing. But we'll be like, we good.
Oh yeah.
You know, we good, because we're not going to let nothing take us off this path. Our path and our journey to our destination is different. It's like we told you in the last podcast. If you don't know, the end goal is not to get married. The end goal is to be married when one of us dies. That's the end goal. You know, I'm not wasting no time trying to do it no other way. If I go first, she gonna still be married to me. If I go first, she goes first, I mean, I'm still gonna be married to her. If your destination is not that in your partner, then it's not your partner. And trust me, it takes time to get there. You know, sometimes you just know. Other times it takes time to get there. For us, it was rather quick. I knew right away. Because when you trying to bomb somebody in the spirit and not the flesh, it's a different dynamic. It really is a different dynamic. And like I said earlier, I've had so many firsts with her, and I've been with women. So many firsts.
I'm doing your hand.
You know, so many firsts, and I've enjoyed the ride. You know, even the potholes, all it does is makes us stronger. So we gonna keep pressing until the end. You know.
Can I give them the spiritual meaning, well, the relationship meaning of God?
Give it to her.
Because I'm sorry, I love light skin. But look, I'm like, I'm trying,
You got pretty feet.
yeah,
She got beautiful feet.
ain't nobody, when you start to love yourself, you start to love everything about yourself. I'm not being vague, I'm not being conceited. But I got some beautiful feet. And I got but look, relationships. I'm trying to tell somebody this at work, but they didn't catch it. They didn't catch it the way that it was gave to me. But I'm gonna tell y'all, in a relationship, okay, you ever driven a car and it was a certain road that you were driving and you hit a pothole. You driving and all of a sudden you driving, you just all of a sudden you hit the pothole. It's like, oh, that was a hard hit. You thought you to mess up your car because the hit was so hard. And then you go outside and look, realize that ain't no damage been done to your car. The only impact that you felt was from the inside. In a relationship, whenever you have disagreement, in a relationship, whenever you have these little things, you run into a bump in the road or a pothole, you both gonna feel the impact of that pothole, but it's not gonna damage nothing on the outside. Because when people see you, they say, oh, y'all look so good, y'all. Why? We both felt the impact of it. Because it was an inside thing. Because we're in a relationship. We have emotional ties now. We are emotionally involved with each other. So every little lick, we feel it. We feel it now. But other people don't feel what we feel. Because we're in a relationship with them. We're not in a relationship with them, but we're in a relationship with each other. So therefore, when we hit a pothole, we feel it. But it didn't do no damage. You know why? Because we got trust, we got communication, we got honesty, and the trust is constantly built. The trust is constantly built. I went somewhere. Okay. I went somewhere. That's what I was driving here. We're talking about respect and love. I heard this young guy, and it kind of broke my heart to hear him say. Instead of talking about, he didn't even say my old lady. He was talking to the girl and said, yeah, my bitch. You're talking about the girl that he's in a relationship with. You're talking about the girl that he says that he loves. He said, yeah, my bitch. I heard that. And I was like, wow. So that's what we're doing. But back in the day, the man would protect that woman. He wouldn't call her out her name. He He wasn't doing nothing like this. So, being in a relationship, you have to compromise. And a lot of times, we do things that we don't want to do. Sometimes they say you gotta fake it till you make it. I don't like to fake nothing. We real. You don't have to fake nothing. Because if I have to fake something, that means it wasn't real to me in the beginning. So what we do, we have to sit down, count up the cost, talk about this thing, discuss it, pray about it. If it's not well with my soul, or if it's something that's bothering me, I have to discuss it with him. Because if I keep it to myself, it's not fair to him. If I don't express what's bothering me, but I keep it to myself, and then all of a sudden I blow up at him, it's not his fault. It's my fault. And it's not fair to him. So what we learn to do is compromise, talk about it. Whatever it is that's bothering you, we talk about it. Whatever it is that's getting next to us. Just like the other day, like I said, we don't tell y'all everything that's going on, but we let y'all know that we're real people with real issues, but real talk. But we have real solutions. And that's how we go. We are real people. And we do, and then if we're transforming lives, we're not transforming lives just for people to see us. Life transformation comes from within. So, we are first partakers of what we say and what we do. And I thank God that He blessed me with a partner where we can compromise. Not just to shut each other up, no. Just like I said earlier. They say fake it, see, I ain't gonna fake nothing. I'm not even gonna fake love you. That's for anybody. If I don't like you, I don't like you. If I really don't like you, I ain't gonna talk to you and act like I love you. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna say nothing. You say my doctor's not godly for me. It would be ungodly if I know that I don't like you. And I know what kind of person you are. And I'm sitting here kiki hiding in your face. Yeah, we need to hang out. We need to do this. No, we don't. I'd rather be by myself.
You just be alone.
I mean, it's that fun. I know I'm not. I got you. You got me. We sunny and shit. I got you, baby. I got you, baby. Yeah, we got each other. This is my best friend. This is my best friend. I love this man. This is my best friend right here. That's how us is. That's how we is.
And that ain't how us is.
That's how us is.
Yeah.
I am so happy. I really am. I'm so happy. And a lot of times people can see your happiness and get jealous.
Yeah, and that's sad. You know, I can actually understand why people are jealous. You know, I can literally understand why people are jealous because it's something they truly desire. But if you had opportunities to be happy, what was it that you did not for you guys to be happy? Because I do know people.
Keep talking.
I can't. I can't.
I'm sorry. That's on
She
this.
being bad. She being bad.
That's on this.
Yeah, she being bad. But you know, women are quick to blame the man why they're mad and bitter. Understandable. That's probably 90% true. But there's some women that have made men bitter who just handle it a little different. I'm not saying that's the right way, But if you truly want to be happy, number one on the list, you gotta work. You really do. It can't be about you. Period. I tell her all the time, it's not about me. It's about you. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's about us. But that thing is truly split. Everything I do to keep her spirit lifted, to make sure she's good in any kind of way she needs to be good at. That's not because of me, and not only because I want it for her. It's because that's what it is. It's about her. Period. No way around it. And she projects that same energy with me. It's nobody has been in this woman's face since I've been with her to cause her any verbal harm, physical harm, anything. People have tried to inbox her. I'm not a jealous dude. I'm not, but I heard her story. I heard it. One dude, I had to tell him, bro, we ain't gonna need you texting me and inboxing no more. Your huh? Yeah. He wanted her to call him. I said, bro, no disrespect, man. I said, but respectfully asking, move on. That train has ran past the station. That part of her life is done. That part that you can break her heart, and because she feels something for you, you can have her back. No. That part is gone. Just move on, bro. Don't ask her to call you because you're not going to get that call.
That's what he did. He blocked him, but he didn't block me.
Yeah. He didn't block her, so guess what? She blocked. Either way it goes.
Respect.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Just a few days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, somebody who was really, got to be really out of his mind to ask her or to follow her with my picture right there in the mix. Really, you? So I didn't speak to him. I ain't doing Lakeisha. You know, I didn't speak to him.
Hey, niece.
But you know what she did? She asked him.
I blocked.
Shut it down. See, because the devil's trying to find his way in.
Got it. Cool. Lord, the Lord provides and He gives. Lord.
Yeah. And, you know, it's truly a give and take. See, men want respect, but they don't give it for the most part. If we're being honest, when that man is not ready to commit or be a man when it comes to a woman, when he's not ready to do that, you're not gonna respect him. He's just not. That's just who we are. I say we because I'm a man, not that I've done it. But that's the way we are. Women, on the other hand, they want that loyalty from a man because they know if he's loyal to her, she probably got a good. Because a lot of men aren't loyal. They're not loyal to brothers, so I know they're not loyal to women. But this dude had the nerve to inbox her, and I'm like, you know, it's funny to me, you know. But when you got somebody that you don't have to ask for their loyalty or their respect, but they feel obligated to give it to you because they know you're giving it. You got me. I don't have to go to no dude page, none of that stuff. If it was a communication, I would have went to him, bro, move on. You know what I mean? Respectfully move on. that ship is sailed. But you follow. Why, when you were so evil to her? Why follow her? You were so evil. And evil is the correct word. Because I know the story. There's no room for you. This is God's people over here. We shutting all that devil stuff out. We shutting it down. So the respect level and the loyalty level in this relationship is beyond anything I ever experienced. You know, she'll go in my phone knowing that her heart ain't gonna be broken. Knowing that she's not gonna find anything. Because I'm not that kind of dude. And I wouldn't hurt her. She knows that. My phone rings, she answers. If it's a name she don't know, she answers. I don't get the third degree for that, because she know me. She know I ain't that dude. Her phone ring, I just turn my back. I let her have her conversation. I don't worry about it. What needs to be told to me, she'll tell me. I don't worry about it. She has not shown me anything. I mean, absolutely nothing to make me feel like I have to look over her shoulder. Absolutely nothing. I just told her yesterday, I trust you with everything I am. Did I not? I trust her. She's not going to hurt me. I know it. Some men might say, that's a fool. Then I'll be one. Because the one thing she is with me is straightforward and extremely consistent. Things that men don't hear for weeks or months at a time, I hear every single day. I'm secure in here. I don't doubt anything in here.
Do you know why he's secure? Because he's secured it. The reason why he's secured his spot. Anytime you want to venue, just like with the women, we want to venue where we can have our sex. We had to put a security deposit on. What does that do? That holds our spot. Can't nobody get our spot. Now, if we put investment, we put our money in.
That's right.
So whatever you invest in, that's where you put your interest. Whatever you have interest in, you invest in. Well, you I'm always doing.
No, it's not right. This bone is up. Skin is up. It's just a thin cool skin.
So wherever your interest is, that's what you can invest in. That's why a lot of times these women get hurt by men. That's why a lot of times these men get hurt by women. Why? Because they're not interested in you. If there's no investment, time has to be invested. Attention has to be invested.
And how am I about time?
Oh, very good.
Punctual.
But the time that I'm talking about, not just 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Not that, well, we're talking about time spent.
That's right.
With each other. We spend so much time with each other. That's interest. You're putting something in. You're interested. You're very interested. You still are interested. And I'm pretty sure there's other females that find you interested in. But guess what? Your investment is just like a house. You're trying to buy a house, you got somebody else trying to buy the same house you got. You put your bid in. They put that bid in. They always say, whoever closes.
Mr. Graham, how you doing, bro?
Look, you put your bid in, okay, they bid a little bit more than you do, then that means they put a little bit of extra money. Okay, if you really want that house, you're going to put in the work. And you're going to invest in. You're going to put more of an investment in it than anybody. Because you don't want nobody else to have that. But now when you get the house, okay, now you done clothes and everything, you done pay the clothes up and everything, you done get the house. Now you got to pay, you ain't got no landlord. You are the landlord. Now you got to pay the mortgage. Now we break. You got to fix this and that. Just like a relationship. Oh, I didn't sign up for this. Yes, you did. Because the thing about it is, if you're interested in somebody and you invest in somebody, and now I was saying, then when we get married, I belong to you now. Bible, that's Bible. My body is no longer mine, and his body is no longer his. So now all of a sudden we're tired of each other now. All of a sudden we don't want to be together now. Nah, bro. You bought the house. You bought the house. You knew the house was you said, what up, good people?
You good, baby? How you doing, man?
You knew the house was the way it was before you got it. You know this house was as is.
I built it up from the ground.
You built it up. Yeah, see, a lot of times people put a bid in on a house that's been here for about the past 75 years. This house is 75 years old, and this house got some work that they need to do. Let me tell you something. My sister and my brother now. The house that they live in now, when you walk in that house, it was nothing like that when they first bought that home. It was nothing like that. You were messed up. Walls, messed up, old. But they invested money, time, patience, and even after they did it, still wasn't good. It still has some money. It's a continual maintenance. In a relationship, this is continual maintenance. You just don't get the toes done and think the toes are going to stay done from here to Jesus. No, it's a continual maintenance. You got to continually maintain. We got to maintain each other. We can be good today. Okay, what's good for today ain't going to be good tomorrow. We got to do better tomorrow. So whatever day we did, I can't take what we did last week and put it in today and think it's going to work. No.
You got to keep working.
You got to keep working.
That's what I was saying earlier. You know,
That's what makes it interesting.
the work is the beauty of the relationship. It ain't. It's not all the goodies that come with that comes, you know, the sex and all that. That's great. It's the work is what makes the marriage beautiful. When your partner had a bad day, when you come in and end up putting a smile on your face. When your man works really hard and he got a strenuous job, and you come home and a gentle voice says, "How was your day? How do you feel? You need your feet rubbed. You need your feet." It's the work what makes the marriage beautiful. But again, when you plant that seed to be married, as I said earlier, if your end goal is just to be married, that marriage is not going to go too far. It's not. That marriage needs to be when one of you die, you still married to that person. That's where your end goal should be. If your end goal is anywhere other than that, you're going to have some issues along the way. Some going to be more strenuous than others. Some going to be unfixable. Yeah. Let me tell you. Betty Shabazz and Coretta Scott King. Malcolm told his wife, like, any means necessary. She took that information. She never remarried. She did it herself. Coretta Scott King's husband had a dream. He had a dream. Why do you think Coretta didn't ever get married? Because the knuckleheads that was probably trying to get her didn't even have a plan. So the planning phase of it, the blueprint, is the major part of the work. That's the work before the foundation. That's the work before the foundation. Believe it or not, how you want it to end up being before the foundation, you can draw that up all day. But once that foundation is starting to be built and G-O-D is not in it, know that you got a mud foundation. The first tsunami that comes through is going to be washed away. And of course, I'm using tsunami as a metaphor of your problems. Me and this woman have differences like any other relationship that you might ever encounter or know of. Babe, we need to talk. My energy ain't feeling right. She tell me saying, Dad, we need to talk. We need to talk. Sometimes it's been so thick that she said, you gonna listen to me. You gonna listen to me. You gonna stop being bullheaded and you gonna listen to me. You know what I do? I sit down and I be quiet. Not because she was chastising me, that wasn't the case. That was 1,000% correct. If we gonna get past this right here, it's something she got to say that might be vitally important to helping us move on. I need to be quiet and listen. See, a lot of people won't do that. A lot of men won't do that. I'm not better than anybody out there, so that's not what I'm saying.
They want to be leaders, but they don't want to be led.
They don't want to be led. Correct. But a woman is your helper. Your helpmeet. You're not going to be able to see it all. What you don't see, they genuinely see. So you got to take a step back, have a seat sometime, and let them drive. You have to let them drive. Because what is for you with that individual is for you. But you got to know how to make it work. See, I already know since day one, I knew that this was going to be my life partner. The very first day I knew that she was going to be my life partner. I knew it. What I began to do at that moment, once I knew, was put myself in a position to be able to listen to her. After hearing her story, that was one of the first things that I found out. Nobody would listen to her. They thought she was weak. They thought she was slow. Whatever they thought. That was a major thing to her. She wanted to be able to express herself without fear of being physically harmed or shut down. Every time she opened her mouth, I'm like this. Because I need to know. See, when you trying to learn somebody, you can't learn them if you consistently react. Sometimes you have to put how they say, coming to America, put a sock in the jar. You know, sometimes you gotta put a sock in it, man, because I give you a prime example. Where she works, there are times that's a pretty dangerous neighborhood. There's times. We went out of town and our daughter called us and said, y'all good? There was a shootout down here. Now, our appointment is while we were out of town, but there's times when she's not working, she'll say, don't go through here. And I'll be like, well, I was wrong. I mean, you said I got you. But there's a such thing called strays. See, that happened during the daylight hours. You know what I mean? What if that was nighttime and we wanted to go somewhere we had to go through there when there's another outlet, but that might be the quickest outlet? And she says, don't go through here, go this way. And I get frustrated and go that way anyway. I could be the one to catch the stray. Or her. So, gentlemen, when it comes to your partner, yes, you're the leader, walk in there. But no leading sometimes means you have to be led as well. God has made us leaders, but we have to follow Him. We have to follow Him. He's the one leading us. I'm not leading this relationship. God's leading our relationship, and we put Him in everything. And just like in the scenario I just told you, sometimes she said, baby, do that. And I could be stubborn. I could be stubborn, hard-headed, but there's always a consequence. So when your better half gives you information, take heed to that information, because it could mean your life. It could mean your life.
All right. And see, in the same sense, a man, now one thing about me, a man was fit to survive. Women, we can't do what men do, okay? So, we have to get that out of our heads right now. We can't do what a man does. A man can be out here in the world, in the field. He can be out in the field and survive more so than we can. Oh, but the women can hold. No, I'm not in competition with my man. I'm a woman, he's a man. I stand up there. But what I'm saying is, we are that emotional pillar for them. And they are that intellectual pillar for us. Because we think with our heart. We think with our emotions. Yeah, it might have would have been nice if a woman was president, but guess what? She's very emotional. Oh, you said something that, oh, I got it. Come on, I'm going up the whole city. I'm telling how I feel. It hasn't been equal balance in the relationship. When you go back to what we were talking about, hey, Tasquila, how you doing? My best friend in high school. 4 years, she our stuff. But look, our friendship never happened. They don't see each other like that.
Is she here?
Huh?
Is she
I
here?
think she has moved to Rockets. I don't know what she is. Now, her husband been dealing with 24 years.
You did what?
Married 24 years.
That's all.
Alright, Todd. And the thing about it, balance is that's a good thing. Always have that balance.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Especially, we talk about the work. I tell you all the time, stop apologizing about anything. Don't have that fear in you. And it's not that I think you're just too emotional or anything like that. Because it's a good thing to have a fear. Hey, darling, it's good to have the fear to the point where, am I afraid? Let me put it this way. Am I afraid? Yeah. I'm afraid of losing her. I never had anything good to stick with. So yes, I'm afraid of losing her. But I'm not walking on eggshells. I'm going to be who I am. And if we can work through those things, cool. If we can't, I understand. She has assured me that we can work through whatever and everything, everything else. So I don't have fear to the degree that she's going to leave me or want to leave me.
If I leave, I'm coming back.
Because see, I know the work that I put in. I know the work I put in to have her. or for her to have the desire to stay. I have said so many things to her to try to reassure her that I would never leave her.
Yeah.
But at times, and I guess it's still part of her healing. Lord, give me strength. Lord, give me strength. But there's times that she may be going through and feeling as if she cried too much because people couldn't handle her crying. Or if she speaks her mind, speaks up, it's either going to get violent or the relationship's ended. I don't want her on those eggshells. I'm not that weak. I understand we're going to disagree. Just because she might get a little animated, she might get a little animated in expressing herself. I understand she's expressing herself. I don't want her to feel like she can't express herself however it comes about. As long as she's being respectful in her expression, and I can see the effort in her really not trying to yell at me, which she has never done. Girl, to be animated as you have to be. But I just told her the other day, we looking at a video, this is her thing. She likes to point. She'll point at you. I don't care about that. This is her thing. I don't take it personally. I know she's just expressing. She don't get in my face, but this is her. She's expressing. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. We talk with our hands all the time. So I can't get them tight when she's expressing, because that's all it is. But I don't want her to have the fear of me walking away from her, because I'm not. But I also don't want her to have fear of, if she expresses herself, that I'm going to be okay. That's just enough. I can't do it. I'm not that guy. I want her, what's my favorite word with you? Be free. I want her free. I want her to be able to express herself, state what's on her mind, say what she feels, whatever her opinion is. If we got a disagreement for whatever reason, if I'm the reason that she express it, express it. I want her to do that. Because now I know what I can do, what I can't do, what I can say, what I can't say without her having to be over the top. If I don't give her that space to let it out, I'll end up doing the same thing and it get worse, and then she might say those words. I can't do this. I'm not trying to have her like that. I'm not trying to have her like that. I'm giving her an even playing field to express her feelings the way they need to be expressed. I don't want her in fear of where this relationship is going. I want her to know either I'm going to bury her or she's going to bury me. I want her to know it. Not thinking, not hoping, but knowing. I want her to know that, because I've been through too much to finally have everything that I could wish for, dream of, have bestowed upon me in a relationship. I have everything. It's never been like this for me in this lifetime. I'm a very blessed man with a beautiful spiritual soul at my side, and it's because in everything we do, even in disagreements, we complement each other. Gene, I don't like this, I don't like you right now, but baby, Yeah, you right, Gene. Okay, well, I don't like you either, because We bounce things off each other, we challenge each other, we keep it open, real, honest with each other. We're not going to lie to each other, deceive each other, say what we want to hear. We're going to give each other the raw truth. It may hurt, it may sting.
Yeah.
That's that pothole we're talking about. It may sting. But I would say, babe, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings now. But that had to be said. Because I've said that, haven't I? I ain't trying to hurt your feelings. I'm not trying to put you in that box. But this had to be said. And I need you to understand what it is I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to put you in no box. I'm not trying to, have you feeling some kind of way about anything like that. It's about being fair with each other in this dynamic we call a relationship. I've invested a lot, she's invested a lot. And like she said earlier, when you invest in something, you gotta keep putting into it. You got to. You gotta keep putting into it. You invest in it, you continue to work at it, and make it pleasurable to the point that even when you disagree, you can talk, and it's gonna be all right. We have some deep, harsh, meaningful, I'm talking about gut-wrenching discussions where both of us is looking at each other like, I ain't you can hear that, man. We have those talks. But the thing about it is, if you have a relationship, you gotta have them. You gotta have them conversations, because while it's easy and peaches and cream and all that, and you lovey-dovey and you in that phase gonna die real quick. That phase gonna die real quick, because that does not last forever. We can get in that bed and have the best time with each other. And 5 minutes later have a disagreement, and you forget all about the good time you just had. You forget all about it. Because this issue is a pothole. But how you fix it? Get right into it. Fix it. That's how you do it. We have made a conscious effort and a solemn decision that we will not let nothing fester. What was it last Sunday? Was it Sunday? Or Monday? No, it was Saturday. Saturday we had a disagreement. We wasn't mad. We just didn't like each other that day. We didn't like each other. That's what it is. You're going to go through that. You know what I mean? You're going to go through that. But
we still love each other.
That's it. And that's that foundation we're talking about. Because I didn't find Jessica. And Jessica didn't find me. She had to walk a path, just as I had. And the things that we prayed for in a partner, God said, okay, there he go. He's right there. There she goes. She's right there. You go introduce yourself to her. And you introduce yourself to him. Give him room to speak. Give her room to speak. And I guarantee you, y'all like each other. And it's true. It's been like that since we've been young. Even if we uptight with each other. Can I talk to you? One of us will break. One of them, well, since you really want to talk, shoot, I'll break the ice with a text. Innovate. Well, since I can't talk to you right now because I know you don't want to listen, this is what I'm going to do. But the ice was broken. You have to do whatever it is. It's almost like trying to feed your child. You are going the streets and do the best that you can do down to the worst that you can do to obtain some funds to feed your child. That's what you gotta do. I know how we are when we don't have it. We googly eyed, we smiling, we laughing, we touching feel. You know what I mean? We just laying down, relaxing, enjoying each other's company. We want that all the time. If I don't got on her nerve, or she done got on my nerve, I'm like, babe, what the hell are we doing? This ain't us, we gotta get back on the train. Because there ain't but one train moving. And we got to get on it. You know? So, yeah, we work hard, but the work is not strenuous. We work hard in our relationship. And I'm glad the Creator has put me with somebody who wants their relationship and doesn't have a problem with continuously and consistently working on their relationship, because that's why a lot of people struggle. You know, when stress and strife comes about, they don't get in there and fight for what they're trying to build. They argue with each other, separate, go to sleep, that problem's still lingering, and then when the next one comes up, that problem comes up with it. So we're not trying to do that with each other. You know, all I want to do is love you the best way that God will show me how to. And if I can do that, my job has been done. And I'm happy now, but I would be happier just knowing I did everything I could to the best of my ability and correctly, that this woman has no fear when she looks upon me. That's what it's about. And if you got that in your dynamic, God bless. I hope you maintain. I hope it sustains. And I hope you reach that place we were talking about, that end goal, because the end goal is not to be married. The end goal is to pass away still married. So that's where I am. Baby, how about you? What you got?
I'm gonna have nothing to see. The Bible says in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, there's a time for everything. There's a time to be quiet. There's a time to talk. There's a time to plan. There's a time to talk. There's a time to heal. There's a time to there's a time to read. There's a time. So there's a time for everything. So my thing was, it's not that he talk more than me or he know more than me, but sometimes there are times when you just gotta be quiet. And not only as women, but I mean as individuals, sometimes we gotta be quiet. Because a lot of times when God is at work, he don't need us talking.
That's right. That's right. He need us listen.
See, a lot of times, that's where that's where humility comes in. That's where being humble comes in. See, I was doing other things, not because I wasn't listening. I was hearing everything he said, but spiritually speaking, it was my time to be quiet. Because God was at work. If you didn't hear anything that this man said, that was God actually talking. I was being quiet. Well, I was being quiet. I was doing other things too, but I was being quiet and letting God work, because I realized that this podcast is not just a natural thing, it's a spiritual. And we help a lot of people. That's why we get hit the way we do. We get hit the way we do because God. But I'm gonna let God be God. Let God be God. And y'all, this is the journey to December 1st. Y'all are on this journey with me. Swift is our wedding day. I'm loving the ride so far.
Me too. Me too.
Well, our time is coming. We've been a little bit over.
You came around pretty fast. Well, if you missed the podcast, we respectfully and cordially invite you to get the replay. Please join our YouTube page. This should be the first comment of the podcast. Join our YouTube page, please. Subscribe, share, comment, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend.
No, the answers.
The
answers are
good. You know that is. So, know that we're here for you. You can talk to us anytime. Inbox me with your concerns. Inbox my beautiful fiance with your concerns. Go to our Real Talk Gene and Jessica page. Inbox us with your concerns, topics, comments, anything that you'd like to talk about. Everything we bring to you is open. We giving you an open forum. But if you need to talk to us in confidence, please hit us up. We're here for you. Know that we love you, respect you. We are thankful for you. And we'll be picking up an extra day, probably in June. Picking up an extra day. We're going to go from Wednesdays and Sundays to Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. If there's any changes, like there will be an airing, or if there's an emergency to come up, if you're going to be late, you'll all be notified. But please follow, like, share, subscribe. We do appreciate your following. You're free to engage a little more if you'd like to. Again, this is an open forum. We tell nobody nothing. If we can help you, we will. If we're not, let us know. We can get you deeper if we have to, because it is real talk. But until Sunday, we thank you for dropping in tonight. And as God will, we see you Sunday at 7:30. Be safe. Know that we love you. And we're ready to get out.